Taking a moment now to find comfort, knowing that at the end of this recording, it's entirely your choice. If you need to go to sleep afterwards, that will happen effortlessly and easily. And if you need to get on with your day, then you can wake up feeling even better than before. And so you just set that intention now for how you need the end of this recording to occur. Now that you're feeling into that comfortable position you've found yourself in, you can just close down the eyes. You can take this last little moment to adjust your body however you need, because it's time to find deep comfort, deep release, and relaxation. So as you lie here with your eyes closed, feeling into the support beneath you. Maybe you're curious to see just how relaxed you can become and exactly where this journey is going to take you today. Because it's different every time, isn't it? I'd like you to just see there in your mind's eye that just ahead of you, you have a paint can. You can see that this paint can is labelled Deep Release and Relaxation. And just notice the colour of the paint in that can, because that is the exact colour of deep release and relaxation for you, isn't it? You can make sure that the lid is off that can now, so you can gaze into that inky paint. That means deep release and relaxation for you, and that beautiful colour is an invitation to let go. You can see there in your dominant hand that you're holding a paintbrush. And just watch that hand as it dips into the paint now. And the paint is unusually warm, isn't it? It's not just paint really, is it? This is a special liquid that brings deep release and relaxation. I'd like you to stir that paint a little with the brush and watch the flowing movement of that substance. Notice the texture. Maybe there's a little bit of a sparkle. Maybe you can see the light glistening. I invite you now to take that paintbrush covered in that beautiful paint that means deep release and relaxation. Just start to paint it over the top of your own head. And so you can just see that happening now, can't you, in your mind's eye? The idea of this colour, warm and spreading easily over the top of your head. That's it. And dipping that paintbrush in the paint can as much as you need to keep it covered in this substance. Colouring that colour over the forehead now. Taking extra time to carefully colour in the temples as you bring this invitation for those temples to release. Going over the eyebrows now. Releasing here. Maybe you can feel the warm sensation of this colour as you paint it over the back side of your head, over the ears, the back of the neck. And isn't it nice to invite those muscles on the back side of the neck to let go? And as you work over the rest of your face, the remainder of your body is already starting to release in anticipation, isn't it? Perhaps you can feel your cheeks letting go, the tiny muscles around your mouth finally releasing, and that tingly warm feeling flowing not only over your skin but through the head. It's working its way down into every muscle, every fibre, every cell, isn't it? That's it. And just allowing this colour now to be painted over the neck and the shoulders. Thick and glossy. Releasing here. Working now on the left arm as you bring that colour over the top of the arm, the elbow, the forearm. Layers and layers of deep release and relaxation. Painting it through the inside of each finger. Seeing that colour now working its way down into the cells. Maybe it's almost as if you don't even need to hold that paintbrush anymore. It's just moving on its own, isn't it? As it starts to paint the other arm. And you can just surrender as that release begins to occur even more deeply now. And the colour works its way to the fingertips, feeling that slight tingle. And your arms feel different, don't they? As this colour now works over the chest and the belly. Seeing that colour, feeling the temperature and the texture as it flows through you, inviting that deep release and relaxation. And maybe you can notice that the head has let go even more than it did before. And it feels different, doesn't it? Maybe it's a heavy feeling today, or perhaps it's a light one as this colour works its way down into the hips. Covering the legs now, from the thighs to the knees, both legs being covered in this beautiful invitation to let go. This colour that means deep release and relaxation for you today. And feeling it down into the lower legs, the ankles and the heels. The movement of that paint flowing over the body. Perhaps you can feel that movement through the body. That's it. This deep release and relaxation is intensifying now, isn't it? And the muscles that took a little while to let go are really starting to loosen now, aren't they? Just making sure that colour has worked its way between every toe and all the way to the toe tips. Maybe you can sense which of your toes is the most relaxed today. And as you look down at those bare feet, you can see that you're walking along a pathway. A gentle twisting pathway somewhere outdoors. Seeing that gravel beneath your feet. It feels nice and soft gravel, doesn't it? It's like it's moulding to the shape of your feet with every step. Noticing the colour of that gravel. Maybe you can hear the sound of it as you walk along this pathway. You can start to notice that to the left of you and to the right of you are all sorts of plants. There are some low-lying plants, some bigger plants, and some truly massive greenery growing either side of you. Noticing all the different tones of green and the other colours that surround you as you walk along this pathway that is bringing you to a deeper place. That's it. Maybe you can see the glossiness on the leaves. Perhaps you can see light shining off some of the foliage. And you can trust that with every step, that beautiful deep release is occurring and you're accessing something deeper, a deep knowing. And I'd like you to continue walking, and we'll give the conscious mind a task, because the conscious mind likes to have something to do, doesn't it? And this may be a boring task, the idea of counting backwards from 100, with each breath in and out, counting then to 99. And after another breath, you can count 98, 97. Walking along this pathway, the conscious mind can continue on its task of counting backwards. It likes to have a boring task, doesn't it? As you enjoy the scenery either side of you, and perhaps you can see that just up ahead there is a really big clearing. It's like a meadow. There's grass. There's still other plants growing in the distance. I'd like you to walk yourself toward the middle of that meadow now, taking yourself there now. Continuing to count down, and it's okay if at some stage you forget to remember to count backwards. Because it's nice to stand here in the middle of this beautiful clearing, isn't it? Looking down at your feet standing over the grass. Seeing the wildflowers. Perhaps you could feel the breeze on your skin, as well as that warm sun from the blue sky above. And just over there is the perfect spot to go and lie down, isn't there? That's it. And so take yourself over to that beautiful spot. It's an opportunity to lie down now in this clearing. Enjoy the surface beneath you, holding you in stability. Heavy now against the ground. It's almost as if you couldn't even lift the arms and legs if you wanted to, but you don't want to, do you? Because it's nice to release and relax and surrender completely here in this beautiful clearing. And maybe you've noticed things today that you didn't notice before. And isn't it fun to explore just how deeply you can release? As you look above you to that blue sky, noticing the clouds that are drifting by. And as you carefully watch those fluffy white clouds, you can see that they're changing shape before your eyes, forming all sorts of shapes and symbols and images. Notice the contours and the movement. These shapes are here to help you relax even more deeply, aren't they? Focusing intently on the cloud ahead of you as it moves and shifts and changes. That's it. And some of these shapes have got meaning, and they have a message for understanding what you need to understand, don't they? And it's nice to know that you're a powerful creator, isn't it? Manifesting while connected to source, connected to the universe, because you are that, aren't you? In this infinite field of possibility, it's fun to create with ease. Thinking of all of those things that you've created so easily, being surprised and delighted, the laughter and the joy that comes from just having so much fun with this, watching those clouds now forming all sorts of shapes and textures. And it really doesn't matter, because the universe delivers what you need, doesn't it? And isn't it nice to find that feeling of non-attachment? And being surprised and delighted is the best reward, isn't it? Leaning into that trust. And it's becoming even more familiar now, isn't it? Being part of everything feels so good. Can't you just feel the appreciation coursing through your body? Such a magical place to be, this place. And it feels so good to remember what it's like to be the powerful creator you know yourself to be. The gratitude is immense. And aren't these shapes interesting? Isn't the colour of that sky magnificent? And isn't the universe just simply amazing? And you're connected to all of it, aren't you? The larger part of you always has been. It's so nice to see every day just how much more you remember and connect with that knowing. That's it. I'd just like you to see yourself there, noticing the thing that you are manifesting. See that version of you, seeing that thing for the first time and laughing. Isn't it great the different ways the universe can surprise and delight you? We don't have to see how it happens, but just feeling that feeling of laughing and knowing, that little internal giggle of accessing the creative power of the universe and this infinite field of possibility. Doesn't it feel great to be surprised and delighted in this way? Grateful for that feeling. And really not attached at all. Because it doesn't matter, does it? Because the universe provides exactly what we need. And exactly what we truly asked for. That's why it's important to be clear, but also have so much fun in the process. Because that's what we're here for, right? To experience joy, to have fun with our creations. Feeling into that body now, that knowing of your connection to Source, that you're a part of everything, a powerful creator. Now, but you're eager to see what you can create next. It feels good, doesn't it? That knowing, that wink from the universe. That's it. Accessing that trust is a wonderful thing. And you might like to, in a moment, here lying in this beautiful clearing, sit up and just take a little look around to the left of you and to the right of you. Noticing the insects, the butterflies, noticing the grass and the movement of that grass, noticing the other plants and trees in the distance, feeling the warmth of that sun on your skin, feeling that trust that you're a powerful creator, knowing that you can carry this forth into the days and weeks ahead. Now, but you're eager to see what happens next. And carrying this feeling forth with you into the moments ahead and in this present moment and every other present moment.